welcome to the Deep Dive, where we dig into the most important insights from your sources.
Yeah.
So today we're tackling something that, well, it can feel like a really big hurdle. Confidently asking for a promotion, specifically when you're in a workplace where English is the main language. It feels like there's more to it than just, the words.
Oh, absolutely.
How do you really make it clear you're ready for that next step effectively and, well, without causing any awkwardness?
Yeah, it's one of those conversations that causes anxiety pretty much universally, right? Even in your first language.
Totally.
But adding that English language layer, it definitely introduces some subtleties, nuances that can really affect how your message lands.
Okay.
So this deep dive, we're aiming to equip you with some real strategies, the kind of vocabulary you need, professional phrasing, and importantly, that cultural context, especially for American workplaces.
Right.
The goal is to turn that potential stress into a clear professional chat about your value.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit. Our sources are really clear that this isn't just like a translation job. It's about understanding how professional ambition tends to be communicated.
Exactly.
So knowing words like promotion or raise, responsibilities, that key one, track record, it's not quite enough, is it?
No, not on its own. The sources really show us how to actually use them effectively. So instead of just blurting out, I want a promotion,
Right.
the material kind of guides us towards framing it more as a natural next step, a progression. Yeah, that shift is subtle, but it's really powerful. Moving from I want to something more like I believe I'm ready for. Our sources have some great examples of phrasing that's polite but still assertive, focused on growth. Think about I'd like a raise versus
Something smoother.
exactly. Like, I'd like to discuss the possibility of advancing into a more senior role, and then adding, as I believe my recent work demonstrates, I'm prepared for increased responsibilities. See, it frames it differently.
Okay, yeah. Not as a demand, but more like, here's the logical next step based on what I've done.
Precisely. Based on your contributions.
That distinction feels really important. And this brings us to something quite interesting in the sources, the cultural side of things, particularly for the U.S.
Ah, yes. That's key.
The material highlights that asking for a promotion there isn't just, like, okay to do. It's often kind of expected.
That's a really significant point. It's often viewed as showing initiative, showing you're committed to your career path.
So if you don't ask,
Well, if you don't actively voice that ambition, it can sometimes maybe unfairly be seen as maybe you don't want to grow, which, as the sources point out, can be a real misstep if you come from a culture where perhaps humility or waiting for recognition is more the norm.
That's a crucial insight. It's not about being overly aggressive then.
Not at all. It's about balanced confidence. And the sources really push for providing solid evidence, quantifiable achievements, things that speak for themselves.
Measurable stuff.
Exactly. So moving beyond just saying, oh, I worked really hard on Project X, our material suggests phrasing it more like, my leadership on Project X resulted in a 15% increase in efficiency, which directly impacted our Q3 targets.
Ah, okay. You're talking results.
Yeah.
Impact, not just effort.
Yes. You're speaking the language of business results, essentially, not just English words. That kind of confidence, backed by clear, achievement-focused communication. That's your strongest play.
Okay, so let's quickly pull these threads together. We've really honed in on needing the right vocabulary, sure, like promotion, track record, but also knowing how to use it for impact.
Right.
We looked at that polite, growth-focused phrasing shifting from just wanting something to showing readiness. And maybe most critically, that cultural piece for the U.S. The expectation that you often need to actively state your ambitions and back them up with real measurable achievements.
Absolutely. And beyond just getting the English phrases right, the true confidence the sources suggest really comes from understanding and being able to clearly articulate why you are ready. What specific measurable value do you bring?
Rowing, knowing your worth.
Exactly. Which leaves us with maybe a final thought for you to consider. Have you actually documented your wins? Have you quantified your impact lately? Focusing on both your English skills and building that solid evidence-based professional self-belief, well, that's what's really going to open more doors for you.